to make history and not to repeat history.
There is a great potential buried in your imagination. Get ready for exploration.
Thinking is the ultimate source of the unlimited storehouse of riches and supply which can never run out.
Wurabempa Ministries presents History Makers Out with Apostle Kwame Wurabempa every Monday to Friday.
Hello, brethren. I welcome you to History Makers Our channel, a place where God has designed to nurture people to make history. Today, the topic I want to share with you is very, very exciting, and I believe you'll be excited as I'm excited here. The topic I have captured is the journey to success is not always smooth. The journey to success is not always smooth. In the book of Exodus, chapter number 3, verse number 9, the Bible says, "And now the cry of the Israelites has reached me, and I have seen the way the Egyptians are oppressing them. So now go, I am sending you to Pharaoh to bring my people, the Israelites, out of Egypt." But Moses said to God, "Who am I that I should go to Pharaoh and bring the Israelites out of Egypt?" And God said, "I will be with you, and this will be the sign to you that it is I who have sent you. When you have brought the people out of Egypt, you worship God on this mountain." And Moses said to God, "Suppose I go to the Israelites and say to them, 'The God of your fathers has sent me to you,' and they ask me, 'What is your name?' Then what shall I say to them?" God said to Moses, "I am who I am. This is what you are to tell the Israelites. I am has sent me to you." God also said to Moses, saying to the Israelites, "The Lord, the God of your father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob has sent me to you, and this is the name forever, the name you shall call me from generation to generation." The journey to success are not always smooth. In fact, in life, everyone wants to be successful, but history makers have to acknowledge the fact that the journey to success is not always smooth. It is important to accept and maintain the realistic expectations and resilience. As a matter of fact, success is often portrayed as a straightforward path from point A to point B. But in reality, it is filled with twists, turns, setbacks, and challenges. Because success often means achieving a specific goal or objectives that has been set for themselves. It could be in a personal or professional or educational or other areas of your life. In fact, it also involves a sense of fulfillment, contentment, and satisfaction with one's accomplishments and the progress he has made in life. When you talk about spiritual success, it's achieving the inner peace, spiritual growth, or alignment with one's values and belief system. Why am I saying this? Because living a life with a sense of purpose and meaning, often guided by spiritual or deep thinking principles. Why am I saying this? Because success is not final. Failure is not vital. It is the courage to continue that counts. Why am I saying? Because success usually comes to those who are too busy to be looking for it. That is why always I say the only place where you will find success comes before work is to be a dictionary in your life, because success is not often achieved overnight. It is important to embrace the process of growth and development, recognizing that setbacks and obstacles are natural path of the journey and can provide a valuable learning experiences along the way. Why am I saying this? Because failure is not a reflection of the price or the abilities, but rather an opportunity for growth and learning, whereby we embrace failure as a natural part of the process, whereby you use it as a motivation to keep moving forward and improving. Why am I saying this? Because failure, the word success often requires resilience, perseverance in the face of adversities. Instead of giving up, my brother, when you are faced with challenges, use setbacks as a fuel to drive you forward and to keep pushing forward towards any endeavor that you find yourself. As a matter of fact, in the storyline that we read, Moses is called by God to lead the children of Israel out of bondage in Egypt into the promised land. Moses encounters numerous challenges and setbacks along the way. Even when Moses first approached Pharaoh with God's command to let the Israelites go, Pharaoh refuses and even increase the Israelites' workload, making their situation more difficult. In fact, Moses initiated doubt in his own abilities and questioned God's choice to send him as a leader. Why am I saying this? Moses' expression was concerned about his speech of impediment, and the worry that Israel will not listen to him. Why am I saying it? As Moses continued to confront Pharaoh, God sent series of plagues upon Egypt to prepare King Pharaoh to release Israel. Why these plagues leave the Israelis free, they also bring hardship and difficulties in both to the Israelis and the Egyptians. Why am I saying this? After the Israelis has left Egypt, the Israelis find themselves trapped between the pursuit of Egyptians' army and the Red Sea. Despite God's miraculous intervention in parting the Red Sea, this moment represents the intervention in parting that Red Sea. That moment represents an intimidating obstacle in the journey of freedom. That is why I say the journey to your success is not always smooth. Throughout their journey in the wilderness, the Israelis often rebel against Moses' leadership, and they express doubt about God's ability to provide for them. The journey to your success is not always smooth, because the Israelis even lack faith that leads to further challenges and delay their reach to the promised land. Despite these challenges and setbacks, Moses persevered in leading the Israelites towards their ultimate goal of freedom and the fulfillment of God's promises. The journey simplifies the reality that the path to success is often filled with obstacles, is often filled with doubt, is often filled with uncertainty. However, through faith, through resilience, through perseverance, Moses and the Israelites ultimately reached their goals of reaching the promised land. Why am I saying this? Because this story serves as a reminder that success is not always achieved through the smooth and the direct path. Instead, it requires resilience, it requires faith, it requires determination to overcome obstacles and persevere through adversities. Why am I saying this? Why am I saying? Because like Moses, you and I may encounter a lot of setbacks. We may encounter even challenges along our journey into our success. But I believe with faith, I believe with perseverance, you can ultimately achieve any goal or any endeavor and fulfill your purpose in life. Because when we read the book of James, chapter number 1, verse number 2 to 4, the Bible says, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, wherever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. And let the perseverance finish its work, so that you may be mature and complete and lack nothing." Why am I saying? Because this text even encourage every history maker to view trials as opportunity for growth and development rather than obstacles to success. Because perseverance in the face of challenges lead to maturity and completeness. While the journey may be difficult, enduring through trials strengthen our character and prepare us for the success that lies ahead of us. Because when we read Proverbs chapter 24, verse number 16, the Bible says, "For though the righteous fall 7 times, they will rise again, but the wicked stumble when calamity strikes." Because we all know that setbacks are a natural part of life, but those who are determined and resilient will rise again from each fall. And the importance of perseverance and resilience in achieving success despite facing obstacles along the way. Because trust me, when you trust when you trust in God's guidance and provisions, I believe He can help you to navigate the challenges on the path to success with faith, with determination, and know that our efforts are not in vain. Brother, I believe that the path to success is not often direct. It is important to remain flexible and adaptable in the face of changing obstacles. And what am I saying? Because I believe, be willing to adjust your approach when necessary. And what you explore new opportunities along the way. Because success is not just about reaching the end goal or the end endeavor, but it's also about celebrating the progress you have made along the way. As a matter of fact, when you take time to acknowledge and celebrate the achievement, no matter how small. As you show them, you have to motivate and keep on moving, because success is not on the smooth path. And don't be afraid to seek help from others. Don't be afraid to seek help from supporters, because all this in times of challenges, you will have to surround yourself with supporting network people who can offer some kind of encouragement, who can even help you to persevere along the way. And this will keep you from focusing on the bigger picture and also on the long-term goal. My brother, you need to remember that setbacks and challenges are temporary There are temporal obstacles in your life, and that you can overcome them with time and effort and perseverance. Because it takes only people who want to make history and not to repeat history. It takes people who believe that they are heading towards somewhere. They are getting towards a place of no return, a promised place. That is why they are making every effort. And by acknowledging that the journey to success is not always smooth, because you believe that as you approach your final goal, you will meet challenges, and with realistic mindset and great resilience, you will embrace the process and learn from failure. You stay persistent and celebrate the progress along the way. And with determination and with perseverance, I believe that as a history maker, you can overcome every obstacle. I believe as a history maker, you will achieve every success of your own terms. And I am praying for you that as much as the journey to your success life is not always smooth, God will always strengthen you. God will also motivate you. And with the power of faith and perseverance, you will get there. I promise you, you'll get there. God bless you for listening to me. Bye-bye.